Now let's go ahead and look at some of the features of this. We always start with the grip. Now, although I would say this is part of the 2.0 family, the grip texture on this is definitely subdued. It is far less aggressive than its cousins like the Compact and the Shield. So just to kind of give you an idea of this. Now, I mean, it definitely has a little bit of bite to it, but it is significantly softer. And now it's a 380, so it's not going to have as much kick for the majority of people. So it probably doesn't need as much grip texture, but I have to say, and I don't say it very often, I'd like a little bit more in this, to be honest with you. Now, it does wrap all the way around, which is kind of nice, with the exception of the grip safety, of course. But again, I'd prefer just a little bit more. Now, there's no recess here to clear any malfunctions or anything like that. I would have preferred to see it, to be honest with you on this. A lot of their other guns have some sort of option, especially the Compact. But again, that's kind of nitpicky at this point. Now, we do have our magazine button, and it is reversible, which is nice. And I've always said I like the M&P placement of the magazine button. I think it's thoughtful. I really like it quite a bit. And as we move up again, we get to our grip safety here. Now, I have found that, with most grip safeties, as long as you're putting the right grip on the gun, the grip safety basically disappears. And this definitely does. I mean, it really does disappear. I know it doesn't look like it, but when you're actually holding it properly, you really don't feel it, which is good. However, you really have to get a real grip on it. When I've been dry firing just a little bit, I found that if my grip is not 100%, there is a good chance that it's not going to engage properly. So I don't know if maybe mine's a little bit different than some out there, or if everybody experiences the same thing. Again, didn't have a problem while shooting. That wasn't an issue at all, but I do find that it's a little bit sensitive. So then we've got our slide lock, slide release. It is not ambidextrous on this at all. So it really is more the right-handed operation on the left-hand sides. And then we do have our takedown. And in terms of takedown, yes, I still do take down firearms, just not as much as I probably should. But it's extremely easy. We lock our slide back, and then we put our takedown tab down. Now, the nice thing about this, you do not have to pull the trigger. It just pops right off. You don't have to worry about the little lever that some of the other M&Ps come with. If pulling the trigger is a concern for you, it just slides right off. And then the rest of the components are basically the same. The only thing that's a little bit different, I'm not going to pull it all the way apart. We've all seen all of these components before. But you'll notice there's a pretty big gap right here. There's nothing going on at the end of the slide except for a little screw hole, and that's actually for these sights, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. So kind of an unusual thing there. We don't often see the access for the rear sight here on the inside of the slide. So kind of an interesting deal. But everything else is pretty much as you would expect for your typical polymer Wonder, whatever you want to call it.